over to Mr. Philip Sumford.
Hello, good evening.
Special suit.
Right, well, didn't they do well? What a great evening of music, great evening of jokes, most of them. So was that fun? Yeah, good evening of jokes and good evening of music, some nice ensembles, some nice solo performances, some good singing. Overall, you know, what performing and music is all about. We see it on the telly all the time, don't we? Britain's Got Talent and King William's College got talent. It's nice to see. I don't do much of this judging and competitions and things. In fact, this is probably my first time, so I'm as nervous as everybody else. So there we go. I have some results. So, in order not to prolong the delay too long, junior vocalist. The prize. Or shall I say something about our winner? Let me just find our winner. With 18 out of 20, John Cutt. I initially thought he was going to sing The Rose. Oh, it's better than some of the other jokes. Junior instrumentalist. Where this goes to somebody who needs to just remember to tune all the strings. If you have a violin, there are 4 strings. Don't just tune one of them, tune the other ones as well, just in case. You may as well check them all. That would be a good idea. So that's made it obvious. Tabitha. I played the violin for 10 years, and my mother came to a concert after 10 years, and she said, "Philip, you know what? I think you can just about play it now." And then I put it in the box and never played it again. So, we can't all be good at everything though, so that's fine. Senior vocalist with 16 out of 20. Let me just see if I can find a few things about this. Yeah, I really liked the Celtic sort of feel of this, with a little pretty embellishments. A cappella song, no accompaniment, didn't even get a note from the piano, just stood there. Much better than that, yeah. And it stayed in pitch all the way through, so it's made. My senior instrumentalist, yes, don't say that long. Yeah, anyway, goes to with 15 out of 20. I thought this was a hotly contested category. Goes to Seth. This sustain pedal, because when you've got all this going on, all this sort of stuff, it can become a little bit smudged. Okay, so I was sitting up there, and you just need to be careful that you're not blending all the harmonies together too much. You know, so maybe just take that foot off the pedal a little bit. Trust your fingers. Trust your fingers. Yeah. Now, choir. No, ensemble. Sorry, ensemble. My goodness, so many different instruments on the stage all at once. And these were all arranged. very good. I get 19 out of 20 to Anna and Cole. To Walters, actually. So they were just 1 point behind. Closely run thing. There was an interesting thing. It's easier to talk in general terms, really. Did you notice that sometimes some of the conductors were doing this, and they were giving the beat sometimes in the music, and then some of the conductors were giving the. And the thing is that neither is wrong and neither is right. It's just a style. So some people like to conduct the beats in the bar, which is fine, and that keeps the music going. The downside of that sometimes is that the music can become very choppy, and you can chop up and you lose the line. So that's why people will sometimes do this sort of thing, because they're trying to get more line in the music. And so we had, Anna was more of a line conductor. We had another person that chopped up the music a bit more, And sometimes when you're doing really rhythmic stuff, you need the good conducting strong beat, the strong pulse of the music. And it's a compromise. With orchestras, you would be conducting, you have to be very, certainly people, and they've only got their own parts, and you're conducting away, and it has to be quite rhythmical. But with choirs, when you're singing, you want to get a much more sense of line. So it is swings and roundabouts. Neither one is right, neither one is wrong, but you do get the chance to see both tonight. So there we go. We've done ensemble, haven't we? So we need to do choir now. One of the difficult things about taking pop songs and pop music is that, if Amy Winehouse is singing something or Keane, there's a soloist at the front, and it's very difficult when the rhythms are quite loose and free to then get everybody to sing that as an ensemble together, and to get even when you see people sing duets, they're looking at each other. There's that thing in the X Factor. They always have that duet thing in the final and stuff, and they're never one over here and one over here. They're always looking at each other because it's difficult to get all the consonants absolutely together and to make it sound as one. So there's a real interaction going on between the performers, and that's what I was looking for in this, an ensemble piece, and that with music that's very strict in its time, then that's sort of easy to do. With freer music, getting the whole ensemble together can be quite tricky. So, and there were some good examples of that. But the best choir for me, again, was Anna and Cole. And best accompanist, and then I've got to go compare the compares. Oh, I thought yeah. So we've got best accompanist, James. Choir sits on top of that very nicely. It's nice, and again, you've got your sustained pedal going on there, and you've got this lovely texture. Sometimes when you're composing something, start with the accompaniment. sometimes start with the accompaniment, because once you've got a little figure or a little motif sorted out, I'm sure that's what you do. Start with the accompaniment and then place things on top of that. With the ensemble arrangements, I would say, when you're doing things, if you've got two flutes that are up here, and you've got a piano up here as well, if the two flutes and the piano aren't all in tune, perfectly together, then it can clash a little bit, yeah? It can clash. So instead of getting lovely effects like this, and you've got one little flute that's sort of a bit draped, well, that's quite nice actually. I just can't play terrible stuff. So, best conductor. We talked about the conducting. Again, there are the two styles. I thought really, to be fair, the best conductor really should be the person that created the best performance, which was Colborne and I enjoyed the comparing of Dixon with Anton Deck. That was fun. I'm just really glad, actually, that you didn't sing my Ave Maria. That was the best thing. I'm glad you didn't sing my Ave Maria. Because the one that you did, well, I don't even know who the one you did. Thanks for the coins. When they were fiddling about that, I did try one of them. But they might be a bit out of date. And then my Colborne, well, I put a new pair of lenses in today, and I thought I was seeing double. That was the first thing that happened. And those jackets, are they buy one get one free? I have a connection with the Isle of Man. My uncle, who's called Brian Shepherd, was a vicar of Les Airs, and they used to live here, and so I have a connection there. And when he left his parish, he's retired now, and when he left his parish, he said to his congregation, I've got to get this right, because it goes wrong. He said, I'm going to miss seeing all the crooks and nannies. Think it through. And our Walters, they have the cheesiest jokes ever. Really, I mean, honestly, they're very good. So my favourite compares. I'm going to call them Anton Deck. My favourite. So when you add everything up, and we've done this a couple of times because apparently it's not wrong before, but we have done it. The overall order, I think, is in third place we have Dixon now. And in second, we have dramatic pause.
Not to change your mind, do you?
Second place we have Colborne. Taking all the performances into consideration, First place, Walters. Congratulations.
Yay!
So thank you very much for having me. It's very nice to come back to the Isle of Man. I've been here a number of times, and thank you very much for inviting me. And do vote for me on Classic FM.
Thanks to all performers. Thank you. Well done to the winners, of course, everybody. It was a really good show. Thank you. And thank you to you for coming.